All right, so what's up, guys? Back again with Late Night Shots, episode 33. And today we're joined here with one of the old high school guys. We got Vince Jairdullo. So what's up, bro?
What's going on?
I'm just chilling. How you been?
I've been good. We just had our first game, so fresh off that. Been watching film,
Yeah.
so
So fun fact: this man was on the first ever podcast. I remember it was
yeah.
filmed in the middle of the fucking Starbucks. It was funny as shit.
Starbucks, yeah.
And then we had to set up the camera on cups and a bunch of shit like that.
Pretty sure we both had green hair too.
Yeah, I know. Good times, dude. But yeah. So just talking about a bunch of stuff that's happening. My TikTok's almost at 10K. Start making money. First thing we gotta get is a camera for this shit. It's all for right now, the quality. But yeah, nothing much. How about you?
Um, yeah, I mean, I've had school, but that's really besides that, the only thing other is football. So can't really do much in these times. So
So for y'all that don't know, he's the starting quarterback for my old high school team. He's a sophomore, and they just had their first win yesterday. Was it a regular season or still scrimmage?
yeah, it was our week one,
It was week one, so the score was I think 41-14.
45-14. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. So I remember Jersey Sports Zone finally did an episode in South Brunswick.
Yeah.
They interviewed it all on that.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of focused on Jay
Yeah.
because he's 5-star, but um they put me throwing an interception, but my defense to that is so it was to I threw it to Kyrie for the interception, but Kyrie and Omar was at receiver, but Omar and Kyrie play the same position both on offense and defense. So
Okay.
sometimes in practice, if they're wearing the same jersey, it gets a little confusing. So
That's a bullshit ass excuse, but all right, I'll take it for this time. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you're still young. But yeah, the team's been looking good. Better than last year for the most part, except for that left guard position. And I'll give
I
Nick
don't
if you want.
know. Yeah, no, our line has definitely been really good. They play really, really
Yeah.
good.
I think just the caliber of linemen in our divisions went down drastically just overall. Losing guys like Leon Lowry, Marcel Walker, John Olmstead, Antonio Alfano, who's a five-star recruit. Like, it's just crazy to see the caliber of guys that were there, like my junior year that I played
Yeah,
against.
no doubt.
So, yeah, how's the team been just in general this year?
In general, we've been actually like really good. Practice has been fun. Uh, Game obviously was fun. So our receiver core is very strong. So the lineman does their jobs, then us skilled players can run up the score.
Yeah. I think so far right now, I think, Vince Reback from Sayreville, right?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
My boy, he quit football, so Sayreville's going to be a lot easier.
Uh, yeah, they just lost to North Brunswick in a close game. I think they lost by like 3 points.
North Brunswick isn't all that anymore, as far as I've seen.
No, I mean they have DT who you played with,
Oh, DT
uh,
played for North Brunswick. Now he's going to be good.
but other than that, I mean they have Frankie Sanchez at quarterback. He's another sophomore.
No, nothing to worry about. I don't think
Um,
they really have any great quarterbacks anymore. I think everybody's really gone.
yeah, at least in our who we're going to be playing.
Yeah. I think the St. Joe's quarterback might be coming back though. If anybody, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem for you guys, but yeah, he's probably the only other decent guy I can really think of off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, again, lineman wise, there's the one super good kid from Piscataway, number 73. He wore 73
yeah.
also. We were basically going toe to toe our last game. Dude's insanely strong. I was following Instagram for a bit. Dude was just casually repping like 315 on bench. And then you got the guys from St. Joe's. You got Gianni Principato and Tommy Roman, who are probably the two best guys in the county right now.
And we don't play either of those teams this year, so
Because you got lucky. No, if you guys play Tom's River North in the playoffs, watch out for my boy John O'Donnell. He's about to knock some kids out. Remember what was his name? Remember number 44?
Yeah,
Tom,
yeah, yeah.
6'5" kid. I'm
Mhm.
looking at him, right? I'm like, damn, you're huge, right? Because Najee was like the one guy everybody was talking about, 6'6",
Mhm.
320. I'm looking at this kid, and then I'm just looking through his stats one day because I'm like, Tom's River made the playoffs for wrestling, and I'm like, John O'Donnell. I find this kid's Instagram. Apparently, he followed my Heavyweight Nation page, so I'm looking through some shit, and I see this big ass kid, 44, and then I see him wrestling too, and I'm like, oh shit, because I was about to have to wrestle him I think if our seeding went weird in the playoffs, because they restructured the entire thing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for your games, they got like fans attendance or anything?
So for I don't know about any away games, but for the home games we have 500 in total. So 300. So they do like a tickets. You have to have a ticket to get in.
Yeah.
So 350 tickets get spread out throughout the whole team. Then 150 to the away team, and then
So no actual fans, just family.
yeah, pretty much. Unless you give your tickets to friends instead of your family. I mean, I don't see why you do that, but
I mean, I might come over for. How many tickets does each person get?
those.
I might try to get one for some. Nah, I could probably just get in, right, if I really tried.
I'm sure if you talk to someone, they could probably give you a ticket.
That in
Like
front.
talk to one of the coaches. I know
Yeah.
there were a couple people that
Is Gio been at the games or Nick at all?
um no, I think there was like 5 kids from last year that were able to like get a ticket.
Yeah. Who were they?
My brother,
Yeah, obviously, but
Juan, um, PJ,
hmm.
and Kevin Sweeney.
Bro, Kevin's just different. I can't even, I don't even know his
Yeah.
name anymore. But yeah, so what's your schedule looking like this season, just in general?
I'll actually pull it up right now.
Not bad. Because I know
So
you got a lot easier than last year.
yeah, we only have 6 games because it's condensed season.
You got playoffs, right?
We have two, like instead of how they normally do playoffs, they're doing like a new like tournament thing. So we'll end up only playing like 2 playoff tournament
Yeah, that's gonna.
games. Yeah,
This might have been your one year if we had like a normal star bracket. We could have won like a championship.
yeah.
That's really whatever though. You're gonna have to work with some people coming next year. I think Omar, Demarion are probably gonna be your only two receivers at that point.
No, so we have still have Jacob and Kyrie. Kyrie starting this year. Jacob got hurt.
You know,
Jacob was starting before he got hurt too. Um, yeah,
dude.
and we have Brian Ross. He had 2 touchdowns the other night. So
Dude, I remember that was like the receiving core my freshman year. It was insane. We had like Ann Blakey, Felix, Justin Shorter, 5-star recruit, and then Jalen Lawson, Javon, Dylan Chris. That's just insane. To think about. And
I
now,
mean, imagine if we ran the offense we run now with them.
like, think about it. You're putting together like an all-time offensive line, like from my freshman year till now. You're obviously going to have Darius on there. On
Hmm.
um, I think me and Danny might make it, but that's up for debate. Then you got,
Uh,
huh?
I don't know about Danny. I mean, if he played through his senior year,
Yeah, he was D1 offer. We'll take it. Didn't complete on it, but like he's still a D1 athlete.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you would throw in either if we're counting Zach, maybe, but like I don't know about that. I would say Preston's probably the best kid on the line right now.
I don't think Preston's not starting on the line.
He's not.
No, he's on defense. He's on a D line, but we have left tackle Nick Wisbeski,
Yeah, Patrick Murray, JC,
Pat, JC, Greg Carilla,
Rick Carlson.
and Carlson is in for Tykina, who's hurt.
Yeah. In my opinion, Matt's better than Uzbeski, but like I'm just gonna say that's my opinion.
So yeah, but it's also like two different sides of the ball. Like
Yeah, I guess I'd rather a 6'5" twig protecting my blind side than a 6'2" twig.
yeah, I have confidence in both of them
Yeah,
being
no,
top.
absolutely. You just gotta be cautious, like with a good pass rusher at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. But our second game is against JP Stevens.
Um,
They just lost 41 to nothing to East Brunswick. So I mean, we're not going to take them lightly, obviously. But
you should. Shit,
um,
for one team, you're
then
like,
we have then we have East Brunswick the following week, which they have a pretty good quarterback. So got to watch out for their offense. But our defense is
yeah.
really good this year.
I don't think they have any good players coming back in general, though. I remember they
Yeah,
had one lineman, Yusuf Gamel. He's at Monmouth with Danny right now. That was really it.
yeah, I think they got rid of all their seniors who were standouts, pretty much. Then we have Monroe, which Monroe is Monroe.
Who's there? No, I think Monroe's a little bit better this year.
But they only lost to who did they? I forget. They played Old Bridge. Yeah, Old Bridge. They only lost by 14.
In my opinion, Old Bridge, we should have looked last year, but
Yeah,
it
that was
happens.
just sloppy play.
Yeah.
Then we have Monroe. Oh wait, no. Then we have Old Bridge, which I believe is going to be still going to
Yeah,
be
I
our
remember
hardest game.
talking to Danny like the day before the game. He was like, I'm probably gonna quit already. And I was like, damn,
Yeah,
what's going on?
he told me he was like, if we lose this game, I'm quitting, and then we lost. So
Yeah.
we know what happened there.
I was
And
so
then
proud of it, but like the rest of the season was kind of fun because coaches were just super nice to me afterwards. They're
yeah,
like,
they didn't because like three of their seniors left,
yeah,
so it's like, oh, we can't lose anymore.
we shouldn't have counted. I think Nick should have started for a little bit at least. Like just giving him no playing time is kind of bullshit on their
Yeah,
part.
as a senior, right? Yeah, at least give him a shot.
Bad. Like I get James. Like no, I wouldn't start him, but like I think Nick should have got playing time at least.
Yeah,
I think the thing that pissed me off most was them starting Greg Carrillo over me, which is I think Swarchek did that in the most fucked up way possible. It was funny as shit. Just looking back on it.
you're talking about on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah, but playing both ways as a lineman is,
I did it. I was tired, but like I was gonna be tired either way. So like, it's
yeah,
not like I played sloppy or anything. It's like I played good like the last game. I was playing both ways. It's like I didn't do bad. I think yeah, no, I don't think anything was bad that game. Like I was going against like their two best players and I was playing too.
honestly, what lost us the Tom's River North game was
That's
our special teams. No, it was really our special teams that like we could have kept it, at least kept it closer if our
I mean,
special teams didn't.
what you have to realize is you can beat Monroe like 7-3, or you can blow them out 40-0. But at the end of the day, wins are wins and losses are losses, and that's something they have to realize. Because you can go out there and you can play St. Joe's Mockville, right? And you can lose by like one score, but at the end of the day, you still lost.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like it's like you're saying you're wrestling. You go out there against like Nick Suriano. You can keep it close. I'm like, yeah, that's good for you, but like you still didn't win the match at that point. And like
Yeah,
once you're at that level, it really doesn't matter anymore. Because you saw some crazy things go down last year. New Brunswick beat Piscataway. Um, yeah, no, it was like a weird season. Like
yeah.
any injuries happen so far at all, or not?
What was that?
Any injuries happen so far at all?
Um, our team personally, only Jacob really.
How bad was it?
I think he'll be back for this game, if not the next game. So I think he's been out for 2 weeks so far. So and then Georgie and Gavin, they're always hurt. They're just broke. So that's nothing new.
In the nicest way possible, Georgia has not lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a weird thing
But
people fail to realize. Like, you've been watching football, obviously. Like, I know I've never watched like football through high school, like the NFL and stuff. But like, I just started watching it because we created fantasy league. We're like, why not? There's nothing else to do because like all parties are shut down and everything. But then you look at it, like you see how many guys are getting injured, right? It's like that's mostly because of COVID. To like, and then you see like the 49ers with like half the team just going out there.
Shortened season, yeah, really messes people up.
Yeah, like it sucks. Like you have guys like Von Miller, Saquon going down, Jimmy Garoppolo, all injured, like out for the season too. And like Julio Jones might not return either.
Yeah, and like I feel like for those guys, it's not as big of a deal because they already made it. They're in the league. You know,
Yeah,
obviously, if you're a rookie or new to the team, it's different. But I feel like what's most important is like the high school kids, where it's their junior, senior year, make or break year, or even in college, their make or break year, and they have to get hurt because their season was shortened.
yeah. I think this probably affected more guys. Like if you go back to my grade, like I know we got lucky we were able to get through a whole wrestling season, maybe like a week after. Like think about guys like in other states, they got their season cut short. You know, if it's your senior season, you're still trying to get recruited, but you have like no real postseason accomplishments at that point. Or if you're playing the spring sport, or even your seniors, you're trying to get recruited for football. It's like it's really just not going to happen at this point unless you had anything your junior year like super good.
Especially because you could have, went to camps over the summer,
Yeah.
this, that, whatever.
I mean, I don't see camps as that important unless you're trying to get like the eyes of D1 schools at that point. But like a lot of guys are just looking for the opportunity to play at the next level. So it's really what it is at that point. And at that point, you really have to just start reaching out to coaches, and it's just a lot more stressful the entire process.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, like you're obviously like after football, you're going to be thinking about wrestling too. You're going to wrestle this year.
Yeah, my brother actually just asked me the same question. I am not really like focused on wrestling right now, just because it's football season. But apparently, Jackson Radcliffe said that we could start practicing December 3rd.
We're not getting to the room until January. I don't know why.
Uh,
That's school. It
I
was
think, yeah, I think that's the same for Nick too. I don't think until after the New Year's.
yeah, but Nick's also JUCO. Like we're in the NCAA, so it's a lot harder to get bypass the rules and stuff.
Yeah,
One wrong move and your whole team gets shut down. And they were talking also. They actually threatened to get rid of some teams. Like if a team violates like COVID violations, they get found with, like alcohol stuff like that, or they get caught at parties. Like our entire team's getting like disbanded at that point.
oh, really? Like for good?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if that happens, I'm gonna be honest, it's not like the end of the world for me. Like I don't, this was just a good opportunity, so I took it. Because like we're in the hardest conference for D2, basically Division 1 schools like in our conference. But if it gets shut down, just finish up college, do whatever afterwards. At that point,
Yeah, I feel you kind of weren't like looking for it, but kind of came to you. So
yeah.
yeah,
So what do you think? Like what I was really thinking about was like looking at the college season as like a whole next season. Like a lot of unexpected things are bound to happen, right? Because a lot of guys can't practice. Like you're like I don't want it to happen, but like you're gonna see a good amount of injuries happen the first few weeks because you're obviously gonna have guys like even though this is Division 1 level, you're gonna have guys that haven't been keeping in shape, stuff like that.
yeah.
You see a bunch
I
of injuries.
saw
You're gonna see people fall behind.
saw on Godale's story on Instagram that their guys are like wrestling, just like two guys on the mat at a time, like the whole day. Well, not the whole, like two guys will come in and practice, then another two, then another, then another two. I think those guys who compete at the D1 level they do enough on their own that hopefully injuries won't be as big as a factor.
I mean, you got to consider that like a lot of these programs, like they're not even letting people in the room. You know, I know
Yeah,
some guys, obviously they're lucky enough to have their own room. Rutgers, Anthony Ashwell's like right there, and he's pretty much chill with like everybody there. So if you really want to, you can go over to CBA and practice at that point.
yeah. I mean, I would think that a lot of those guys do have somewhere. Maybe not everyone on the team has their own personal one, but
I remember some of the Penn State guys when Mark Hall was still at Penn State. They were in like his in like he was basically the size like this comic from here was like 20 by 20. They laid like mats down. They were just like scrapping, just doing whatever. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they definitely are going to do whatever they have to do to keep on the mat. And
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to get your opinion on, like I know you got a meeting at 7. It's like 6:30 right now, but they just announced the match last night. It's going to be Jordan Burroughs versus Zahid Valencia at 185.
um, honestly, I'm taking Jordan Burroughs. Just be, I mean, because I've never seen Valencia.
You've never seen Zahid Valencia wrestle?
Yeah, I have, but not the same as what he's going to be wrestling.
I mean, maybe.
Scholastic and whatever. What is this? What's it again?
Freestyle.
Folk style? Freestyle? So freestyle and scholastic wrestling they're different, right?
Yeah, Zahid's also been around the level a lot. Like he beat Miles Martin.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Like, I don't really follow anything besides collegiate wrestling.
Honestly, I think Zahid versus David Taylor is the finals for 86. I do have Zahid Valencia beating Bo Nickel also, which just might be a bold call on my part, but I think I see it happening.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I don't think Bo Nichols is as good as he was in college.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you either, but you have to realize the accolades of guys like at this level.
Yeah,
Like 1% of guys that are like 10% of guys who win a national title will even be able to be at the senior level. You go through 97, right? You have Kyle Snyder, 4-time national finalist, 3-time champion, Olympic champ, who isn't even the favorite to get the spot this year. They have Jaden Cox, 3-time national champion, placed third, 2016 bronze medal, 2019 gold world championship. He's the favorite. But then you can look past that. You have guys like you have Hayden Zilmer, who's like a 4-time D3 All American, right? He's just in the mix. Mike Machiavello, who only won one title, is already up there. And it's just weird to think about. And then most people are putting, obviously going to put Gable as the favorite for heavyweight, and he hasn't even won a national title yet. He's going to his junior year of college.
yeah. I mean, wrestling's one of those sports where it could go either way, no matter who you are or how many accolades you have.
So you got Jordan Burroughs in that match.
Yeah,
That's interesting. I've talked to a good amount of people like that have like actual respectable opinions, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
But yeah, so we got some more matchups. They're in the Hawkeye Showdown, right? It's on Track Wrestling. You have to buy pay per view. I think it's only $10. So you have Bryce Meredith versus Austin DeSanto.
DeSanto's gonna win 100%.
Really?
Yeah, I mean Bryce Meredith, I like him too, but he
I
just doesn't. I feel like he doesn't show up in the big matches.
mean, he lost. He made the national finals as a 14 seed, and then he lost to Yanni. And Yanni's like top 3 in the world right now, proving himself to be at least.
Yeah, I think that one's a swing. Could
I got
go either way.
winning 5-1. You never know. DeSanto could just win straight off push outs at this point.
Yeah,
And then you got Pat Lugo versus Matt Gladzik, which I think is probably going to be decided like on criteria.
yeah. So do I. It's a close match.
It's like none of these guys have any real offense, and then both their defense
Yeah.
is just insane. So I don't think
Mhm.
it's really going to go anywhere. This one, Tony Cassioppi versus Nick Wisdowski.
Yeah.
That's going to be a beat down for Gwiz.
Hmm.
Then James Green versus Alex Marinelli. I got my
Uh,
on this, but it's
I,
pretty obvious.
I don't know. I think I'd go with Marinelli.
I have James Green by tech fall. You
James Green.
He's my guy.
Yeah, no, I know who James Green is. Follow him on Instagram.
Seconds. And I would take Ryan Deacon over Alex Marinelli any day.
Yeah, but Marinelli's my guy.
You like Iowa?
No, I like Penn State, but
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I hate Marinelli with a passion.
I used to. But then he beat Chenzo a couple times, and Chenzo was like my like favorite wrestler. I was like, this Marinelli guy is pretty good.
I love Penn State, but I'm gonna still go Shane Griffith as my favorite at 165. I think he beats Mekhi Lewis if they meet this time. Being completely honest.
I don't know. Mekhi Lewis he's got a very good defense.
I mean, yeah. Okay, they announced another event that's going to happen on October 31st. So basically, a Halloween event. So basically, they put out a tweet. Anybody that can make 195 can enter the bracket. First place will receive $20,000, right? Yeah, Gabe Dean, Sammy Brooks, Drew Foster, Nate Jackson, Miles Martin, Taylor Lujan, Keith Gavin, and Shakur Rashid. Give me your top three for this.
Go through the list again. I'll tell you. Three.
Gabe Dean, two-time national champ, three-time national finalist. Sammy Brooks, two-time All-American. Drew Foster, 2019 national champ. Nate Jackson handed Bo Nickel his first ever career loss. I think he's like a three-time All-American.
I'll go with that guy as my number three, just because maybe he'll upset.
Miles Martin, 2016 national champ.
Miles Martin, that's my number one, Miles Martin.
Taylor Lujan was the one seed going to nationals this year. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who Keith Gavin is. Shakur Rashid is Shakur Rashid. I don't know anywhere to put it.
I don't think Rashid is not going to make it into the top three. I don't know who I have it to.
All right, I'm going to tell you mine. I have Miles Martin winning it, obviously. I have Gabe Dean coming in second, Max Dean's older brother. I'm kind of deciding on my third place whether I'm going to have Drew Foster and Nate Jackson. I would say Sammy Brooks, but Shakur Rashid beat Sammy Brooks 8-6. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of toss-up matches.
Yeah. And then there's like a bunch of people on here I don't think you know, if I'm being honest.
Probably not.
I know the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club is coming out with another event at Rockfin. So hopefully they drop that before the end of the month so I don't have to pay for a second one. It's expensive, honestly, at this point. So I think the biggest question is going to be what are your picks for nationals?
My pick for nationals would be if Suriano goes 125. I think he beats Spencer Lee.
Yeah, I think so also. But it's probably going to be a little bit biased because we're both from Jersey.
Yeah. 133 is next, right?
Yep.
RBY, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe. Alvarez, I think he'll be top 5, maybe even top 3. Then 142? 141.
Jaden Ironman, Sebastian Rivera, Nick Lee.
Rivera. I'm going to go with Rivera. I think he, coming off the transfer, kind of wants it.
I can agree with that. 149.
149. Who do we got there? Contender-wise, like.
I'm going to be honest. Nobody really. He's really the only guy.
I'm going to go with –
Guys are Austin O'Connor.
I'm just going to go with the Rutgers guy. Volok, right? He's 49. Ryan Volok.
All right, we're just going to disregard that weight class then. We're going to go right to 57.
Yeah, there's really no one there. I can't really.
57, Ryan Deacon. Oh, this is a stacked weight class. So you got Ryan Deacon, who's unanimously number 1 right now. Hayden Hidley.
I think Hayden Hidley is going to at least be in the finals.
Then you got Ja'Cory Teamer and Kendall Coleman from Purdue.
I think Deacon or
I think Deacon wins. I think he might have some challenges, but I think he still wins. And then
Yeah, no doubt.
I have either Kendall Coleman or David Garr coming in second. I think Hayden Hiley takes fourth.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna take fourth. He might take third or I think third or second.
I mean, everybody thought he was going to be Alec Batalio. You know how things happen. I
Yeah,
think he's a guy who you also could see moving up to 65 because he's just that big.
yeah. Instead of having to cut all that weight,
Yeah.
just be a stronger.
I think he was like 170 last time I talked to him.
Oh, really?
Like 13 pounds is really nothing if you do it right at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So, we'll go up to 165. I think Alex Marinelli, Mekhi Lewis, Shane Griffith. I,
I'm gonna go with Mekhi Lewis. He's definitely coming off the redshirt year.
oh, you got Logan Moss.
Originally from South Brunswick.
Is he really?
Yeah, Coach Darty coached his older brother,
Oh, yeah, I do.
and right before high school, he moved so he could wrestle at Bound Brook.
Yeah. Dude, Bamberg has a crazy program. I
Well,
remember
Bound Brook recruits, right?
the,
Like kind of like on the low. They like, hey, move to our town. It's kind of one of those, they built like a powerhouse on,
yeah,
hey, come live in our basement.
that one team they had with they had three state champs and and two state placers. They had Mekhi Lewis, Stephon Glasgow, uh,
Pagano.
George Walton was another state champ. I think Gus wrestled him in the region quarterfinals. Got pinned, but state champ. I'm cool with that. And then you had Josh Ugalde and Joe Casey, who were supposed to win, but they didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be watching the events coming up soon, or are you going to try to watch them or not? I know you have a flow account, right?
Yeah, I do have flow, so it all depends on if I'm around. If I'm around, not doing anything.
I watched the Lose number one. He was crazy. You know Richie Figueroa, right?
No.
He was ranked number one in the country pound for pound. He ended up losing last night.
Oh, really? To
Iowa commit. Yeah. And I think there was a couple other decent upsets in there. You had, Dean Peterson upsetting Jordan Titus. You know how Flo makes like their predictions before, right?
yeah.
I remember Dean Peterson posted a picture at the end. He posts all of those guys' picks like Spay, Chris Piles, and all them, and Bader. Posted all their picks up there, and they all said Titus. And then he ended up winning 9-8. But the crazy part about that match was Jordan Titus didn't even make weight, so Dean Pearson was going to be number one no matter what, win or lose.
Sounds like someone I know not making weight.
Yeah, no, right? It looks really like that. Dude, I cheated in the hydration test and I still failed. I don't even know how that happens. I literally put somebody else's piss in a 5-hour energy bottle and I still failed. Dude, I'm so embarrassed by that. We're not going to tell Bobby. You could tell Bobby that if you want, actually.
I mean, does it really matter anymore? So
It'd be an interesting story to bring him if I ever
I
come
might
back.
mess it up for someone else because someone else might try to do that this year, and now he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on the lookout since Akil did that." So
Nah, I mean, you could tell him that I did it, but do I really know how I failed? The piss was clear, so I'm just saying.
maybe they knew you.
No, they can't just fail me like that. They would just call me in for a retake or suspend me. I think I would say at that point.
Yeah, they probably. Yeah.
I think that kind of made everything good because that one match does not count anymore.
Yeah. You missed one match. It was exhibition, no?
Yeah, no, but the kid still got tossed on his back.
And then you got pinned though. That's if you stuck him there, that would have been
It's a
so
lot
much better.
than done on a guy of that caliber. I hate how the entire team who goes under 500 wants to talk shit about that one match.
Yeah, I didn't go under 500. I
Like,
probably was 500, maybe a little bit above.
yeah, it's like those you have no right to be talking shit about me not sticking in state place winner.
Yeah, dude.
Bullshit.
And you also should have made it to regions.
That's also not really my fault. The kid I lost to my, Matt Kobe, the kid I lost my third place match is committed to Ryder.
Yeah, I know.
He's not
But
at.
you should have you should have beat Salami.
Oh no, 100%. That's completely on me. I've
You should
actually
have.
talked a couple times, but yeah,
Have you ever told the story on here?
Hmm.
Have you ever told the story about Salami on here?
I think we talked about like the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was funny as shit. You know, uh,
Well, they should have called stalling on him like 3 times when they did it, and that would have
I was
you would never even went to overtime if they called it right.
yeah, no. In my defense, I thought I was like down by like 8. I didn't even know it was overtime at that point. Like, but I had diarrhea from doing the one chip challenge the night. The one chip challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
Carolina Reaper chip. I did that the night before. I had massive diarrhea. I drank like 6 glasses of milk. Put myself through like the bathroom slot like 6 times to make weight at this point, and it was like the weirdest thing ever. I made weight like 283.3, and I just like felt like crap the whole tournament. It was awful. But, it was second place. Not bad for all that went into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's a,
It just made it worse that I was like the defending champ.
I mean, just look at like your freshman year, your senior year, how much you grew in both sports. So
I guess. Like at the end of the
I
day,
think like look at ninth grade Akil and think if he would have been good enough to go to the next level.
the beard. That's the only thing that's changed. It's funny.
No, I think you're a little flimsy. You were a little flimsier, and
Huh?
you were a little flimsier.
What do you mean? Like
Like,
smaller?
no, like more chubby.
I probably was.
Like you didn't fit your weight. Like now you fit your weight.
I'm like 320 right now. We're still working on this cut.
Still look better than you did.
Dude, they ordered pizza. They had I ate an entire Domino's pizza. It was the most awkward thing. Probably.
Gotta stop bowling.
Huh?
Said you gotta stop bowling. Going out, end up getting DoorDashed or whatever.
Yeah, it happens. We'll figure it out. We might have to do it. Just go get liposuction real quick, and I end up looking like Romero when I come back. Imagine for that. I remember. Oh, I was talking to this dude one day. We're just in the weight room lifting. Romero walks in. Min casually throws 3 plates on the squat rack. I'm like, okay, this is a normal weight for a guy to warm up with. That's his size for squats. You know what this motherfucker starts doing? Takes the weight off the rack, starts doing good mornings with it.
Oh my god!
I'm watching. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And like, and I'm like, how strong? He's like, oh, I'm not that strong. I probably just casually bench around 500 pounds. It's like you can't even say like that's because he's like 260, 270. Like 500 pounds is 500 pounds, no matter how much you weigh. Like that's just insane to see.
Imagine he like now. Imagine if he like took that as his career, like lifting and competing. How
Uh,
much stronger he could be.
it's not natural.
Yeah, but still, like there's still like competitions out there where people are natural and get.
The funny thing is like fucking. I remember the one time Zane's bitch ass was like trying to shit on me because of all the stuff that happened with like Romero and all stuff like that, and doesn't realize Romero was like a completely drugged up man. Man could have roid rage any second and kill me. Like, dude, everybody thinks he's just naturally bugged. I'm like, no, he was in the UFC. He's obviously on something.
You still think anymore? Like he's so out of.
No, he's like 40. He has no reason to be. And he's like the calmest person ever.
Yeah,
But I guarantee he was not like that while he's in the UFC or coming out of college.
yeah. No, I saw this thing. I saw this video of him. It was like when he was in the UFC. His nose was broken, and he was just like, "I'm ready to go." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dog, your nose is broken."
Yeah. I doubt, if I'm being honest, like I've never asked him about it, but it's pretty obvious. Like you can tell that he was on something.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I don't know how he would react to it if I tried to ask him, but like
I don't know. Some people are like, "Yeah, whatever," and other people are like, "Don't ask me that
I don't
question."
think he's like a nice enough guy to not get mad about it, but like
I feel like if it was true, he wouldn't be mad. But if like he was clean his whole life, then he
like
would be mad if you thinking that. Like,
I don't think he'd be mad about it. I'm just like I just question like because I've been thinking about, I'm like, oh, maybe after high school, if I do want to pursue like powerlifting or anything as like a career, like I might take something, but I'm not gonna go like full blown like Larry Wheels right there,
Yeah,
like a little bit of test or something. But I'm like completely clean right now. I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna be throughout college, so
You kind of have to be.
yeah, as long as I'm an athlete, say
Yeah,
if I do end up trying to end up dropping wrestling, competing in weightlifting or powerlifting or something like that.
men's physique.
Yeah. You have to not even physique. It's like just packing on muscle mass at that point.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of making a joke there.
Yeah, I know. You know how like Larry Wheels is like 300 pounds, right?
Yeah,
This dude, if he never tried to pursue bodybuilding, he'd be so much stronger. Because he would go up to like 275.
yeah, and just be more bulk.
Yeah, dude. I remember during an interview, this man said the most dumbass. I mean, maybe I can agree with him from a standpoint, but like, it's definitely not some shit that I would do. Dude said that like I'm willing to take as many of these drugs as possible if it makes me great. I'm willing to take years off my life to be great.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. But
Maybe. Well,
I
he's
saw
like,
this. I saw this thing a while ago. It was like Larry Wheels takes like 3 times more steroids than Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Arnold didn't even take that much. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know. And like that was like the normal that was a lot back then. But now that it wasn't, it's not a lot compared to now, but like back then it was.
I'm gonna think like the only reason he's even still alive at this point is like because like he hires like specialists and shit to do that for him.
Yeah, it's obviously carefully planned out.
Yeah. So I see you looking at the clock. It's 6:53. You got your meeting at 7. So yeah. Um,
Yeah.
just the last question. You're in your sophomore year. You're still pretty young. You're a varsity starter as a sophomore quarterback, which I don't think we've had in a while since like Josh's sophomore year. So like, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to your sophomore year, like sports wise?
Biggest thing I'm looking forward to is just getting after it and um trying to do my best, This year is really all about getting college looks so that, going into my senior year, I'm set, I'm ready to go. Uh, but, that's obviously all in the back of the mind. And right now, we're really just worried about JP Stevens.
All right. So, thank you for coming on the show again. I'll probably have you on eventually, if Nick ever decides to stop being a lazy piece of shit. But so this has been episode 33 of Late Night Shots. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I will be back in either, I think maybe in a couple days or a couple days after that. We're going to have Chase Horn coming back for an episode 2 on his recap of his upset of Keontae Hamilton at Who's Number 1. Or we're going to have Dean Peterson after he beat Jordan Titus at Who's Number 1 yesterday. So I don't really have dates or anything correlated, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you for joining us, and we are out.